When I think about We Are Everywhere, we're not leaving. This is us, we're here. The mission of Kind Clinic, Waterloo Counseling Center, both programs of Texas Health Action, really is to provide those quality health services in a safe and supportive environment, doing so in a way that is culturally affirming to people, and doing so in a way that has an expertise in serving LGBTQI plus people and people impacted by HIV. Two of our founders, Dr. Brinson and Mark Irwin, really had this idea early on that people weren't able to access PrEP in Austin. It had been approved in 2012 by the FDA, but nobody in Austin was prescribing it. So there were all these barriers. And they said, we just have to do something else about this. We're gonna have to do something ourselves.
And I was actually one of the first patients of the Austin PrEP Access Project. I was living in West Campus over by UT at the time and walking 30 minutes to the other side of campus to see Dr. Brinson. I grew up with such fear around HIV and sexual health care, and I potentially was gonna die of AIDS someday.
I felt like I was part of the reason why that clinic was created in the first place. I went to my doctor, asked for PrEP, doctor said no. And all of my friends were having the exact same experiences. And so what started out as a PrEP Access Project has turned into a conglomerate of all these different amazing services.
I was a patient of Kind Clinic not too long after Kind Clinic started. We now have patient IDs in our system that are in the 100,000s range, right? But I have like a 4-digit number, which is crazy to think about. Starting gender affirming care with Kind Clinic and getting medication, it really just made me feel so much better in my body and my mind on the neurochemical level.
You know, I remember being a little black gay kid in the early 2000s and feeling like I was the only black gay kid in the early 2000s, which we know was not the case. And I grew up in Dallas of all places. I was looking in phone books, the yellow pages, to find like LGBT resource centers.
From very early on with Kind Clinic, people were driving hours to get to see us, and I got to be involved with our first virtual clinic. It opened up this world of care that was really lacking, particularly for people in rural places, because folks that would have never gotten care, let alone affirming care, now have doctors they can see, nurse practitioners, PAs, advocates, and they had no clue that that was a possibility.
I tell the team we're the Beyonce of HIV prevention in Texas, and I'm serious when I say that, because we're redefining the game, we're redefining what we do, and we're that girl. What I challenged myself, my team, and the organization to do is going to where the people are.
We're everywhere. We're on Grindr, we're on Sniffies, we're on Tinder.
Kickbacks, the pool parties, the fish fries.
No, we don't have a squirt.org account, I don't think. I don't know if anybody uses that one still.
Who are the girls who in their communities are the people you call to be like, what's going on tonight? Or where can I get a haircut? When they say, where can I get PrEP? Kind Clinic. When they say, where can I go get my HIV meds? Kind Clinic. Where can I get tested because I just got bussed down the other night? Kind Clinic.
Being able to feel safer in intimacy in your sex life, your romantic life, I mean, that's a real gift that the medicine has given back to our community, or that we can give back to ourselves as in our community, to kind of break down the fear and stigma that a lack of healthcare has honestly perpetuated for all of us.
When I hear stories of people not having to wait until 3 months to get into care for HIV, but they were able to get in within 72 hours here at Kind, that inspires me. When people come to my events and they're like, Joe, this was so good for my spirit, like that inspires me. When people hit me up at 1 a.m. and be like, girl, I need a doxy appointment, you already know what happened this weekend, that is the work that inspires me.
I really believe we're a pillar for the LGBTQIA+ community and the LGBTQIA+ movement in this country. There's this underlying message, really, when someone says go to Kind Clinic, it's because they know that you're going to be treated with the level of humanity that you should, that so often queer people don't have. We are actually surrounding you with the experience and the love and the joy and the affirming aspect of the care that everyone deserves.
So we're celebrating our 10 years, but our 10 years is just about this one organization. And there is so much work in history that has come before us. We have to use that momentum that people have put their lives into and continue forward and hope that we can pass that on to future people as well. That's why I want to wake up and keep doing this.
I wanted to be like, we're everywhere, but it's too much.